Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where I apologize if this video is late today. It might very well be. I don't actually know yet because I'm currently recording it and I'm not sure what the final file size is going to look like. But I apologize if this video is late. I was watching the last ever launch of the Delta IV Medium when I probably should have been recording this, but I'm sure you understand. This is KSP after all. Okay, so let's hop in here, and we're going to head over to the Fleecomsat, orbiting Duna currently. Okay, and of course, we currently have no connection, and the reason for that is, naturally, because Duna and Kerbin are currently on opposite sides of their respective orbits. So let's just go ahead and warp forward a little bit here. And we're going to let Kerbin catch up a little bit and hope that we get control here in just a moment. You can see the nav wheel just tumbling. That's exciting stuff. But we are definitely getting closer. And once Kerbin's around, you know, like here or so relative to Duna, so it'll probably be like here or so, then we're going to be in a position where we're... Oh, look at that. We've got a connection right now. Perfect. It's not a great connection, but it's a connection. So let's use that to go ahead and get ourselves in this synchronous orbit. So first things first, I would like to change our inclination here to match that of this, but let's see, it's a little awkward. There we go, this is about the correct angle. Something along the lines of this. And right where we intersect, right here. Okay, I guess we're on this side. That's fine. We'll just... Oop, that's not the direction I wanted. We'll just go ahead and swap our inclination over this direction. Need to keep going. That's basically in plane, right there. And then once we're there, we'll just go ahead and swap our prograde and retrograde a little bit. Is that close enough to in-plane? I want to be a little closer, actually. Looks like I've slightly overshot, so let's bring it to be about like that. That's basically in-plane. Okay, let's go ahead and warp to next maneuver, but first... Are we control-locked? No, we're not control-locked. Okay. Let's just get in here. Ooh, that's sensitive. Okay. Now we can warp to next maneuver. And our connection strength should just be getting better, theoretically. I hope. But let's go ahead and burn this. This is, of course, going to be a 6-second burn, so I'm going to just warp forward a little bit. Our signal strength is still only 1%. Okay. We've got lots of delta V for these maneuvers. Too much delta V for these maneuvers, in fact. Let's go ahead and make this burn. Just adjusting slightly. Okay. We'll just throttle down substantially. Try to keep this a little bit more in line here. Okay, that should be good enough. Theoretically. Yeah, that's nice. How's our signal strength doing? It's still at 1%. I suppose that's probably because we haven't warped far enough for this to really get in closer, which it will do. Okay, so let's actually go back into the map here, and we need to adjust our apoapsis and periapsis, right? So at the actually a little before the periapsis, let's go ahead and burn retrograde. Just to get our apoapsis down to about here, but I want to burn it at a slightly different time. Like, actually, basically right now is when I want to do this. We're basically exactly the time that we want this to happen. I'm not going to give it full throttle because there is a lot, or there isn't a lot that we want to have happen here. Okay, that looks good. And now let's do the same for the periapsis, burning basically at this apoapsis. Let's take a quick look here at what that would look like. Okay, we need to burn a little earlier. Actually, a little later. That looks basically correct. So let's go ahead and warp to our next maneuver. We're pretty close to it, as it is. No, we want to be at prograde, not retrograde. Okay. This is going to be a very minute orbit, or very minute burn even. I don't know why I would say orbit there. There's absolutely no point in saying that. Okay. So 4.2 meters per second is very minimal. Wait, are we going the wrong way? We're going the wrong way. Okay. Oh, we're control locked? Hang on. Why would we be control locked? Okay, now we're not. Okay, let's go ahead and flip our directionality. We've got plenty of delta V for it. And then we'll just push out the periapsis to be basically there. Our inclination is going to end up being a little wrong, so we're probably going to need to fix that. Yeah, our inclination is actually going to end up being quite wrong. That's okay. We can fix that. Wait, are we getting a Ike encounter? We are. Where are we getting this? Here. Why are we getting it there? I don't like that. Let's, just leave it like this for now, and then we'll adjust it later. Okay, so this is going to be a pure retrograde burn in 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and warp forward. This is going to be a 19-second burn, so we want to do this at T-minus, what, like... My mind is blanking. Math is hard. We'll go for, like, 19 seconds. 11 seconds. So, you know, now. Okay. No encounter, please. Thank you very much. We want to be on stability assist right now, because retrograde is about to flip, I believe, and we're going to start going prograde momentarily. We're going to need the stage here. So we're going to actually use this stage, which is a little shocking. Okay. Let's actually just stick on prograde. Oh, we're going back up. That's fine. Yeah, it looks like we actually kept our inclination better than if I had followed the maneuver node. Sounds good. Okay, so we're 1 degree off here. So at the ascending node, actually at the descending node, I'm just going to go ahead and adjust our inclination ever so slightly. And that's not updating. Okay, perfect. We'll just have to eyeball it then. We are pretty good, aren't we? Just bring it this way ever so slightly. Actually, I feel like that's too much. Like, bring it back in a little. Oh, nope. I feel like that's pretty much where we want to be. So let's go ahead and warp to that maneuver. Warp to next maneuver. Oh yeah, we're going the other way. I completely forgot. Oh boy, that's exciting stuff. We do not want to be at prograde. This is a very, very tiny burn here. 2 meters per second. Okay, we'll do this at T-minus 0. Or thereabouts, anyway. Close enough. There we go. Ascending node of 0 degrees. Now, we just need to get our periapsis correct. Our apoapsis is basically correct, so at the apoapsis, let's go ahead and burn this on out. Should be right about there. And you can see our orbit isn't quite right. We can adjust where we're burning this to our desired apoapsis, and that should solve that reasonably well. And honestly, oh, that's not quite far enough out. That's a little too far. Just bring that in. That should be close enough to fulfill the contract. So we will go ahead and warp to that maneuver. We were occluded by Duna for a bit there. Our signal strength is still only 1%. But that's, I guess, to be expected. How much Delta V do we still have? We still have 3,000 Delta V. That is a lot of Delta V. Okay, let's go to prograde. This is only a 1-second burn, so we can go ahead and warp forward as soon as we get here. Okay. A little further. Perfect. I'm not throttling all the way up, and I'm burning slightly early because of that. There we go. That's close enough. Now we need to maintain maintain stability to get the contract. 10 seconds. We got our world first milestone. Where's that contract? Shouldn't we have completed the contract? Contracts. Have a resource survey scanner on the satellite. Oh boy. I didn't do that. Okay. So, that's a thing. I didn't even check that. Well, it's not a total loss, because we can still get our data here. So let's log our pressure data, and we'll transmit this back for 30 science. There we go. And we'll do our goo. Transmit that for 15 science. Not enough electric charge. Oh, right. We'll allow partial. But a lot of that, yeah, we got a world first for gathering the scientific evidence from Duna, but a lot of that is because our electric charge was already down from transmitting the other things. So we're going to go ahead and transmit this again. And we're just going to allow it to transmit partial. So it's just going to keep on transmitting until it's done. And it's done. Fantastic. And then we also have our temperature here. Which, how much data is this? 8 mits? We should be fine. We'll go ahead and transmit our 8 mits of science data here as well. So, the question then becomes... I think, actually, now that I think about it, we did get some science from this, right? So let's head back to the Space Center. And I think once we have higher range transmitter, we'll send it in, and we'll achieve that contract. Realistically, we really need to get our advanced science tech here. So maybe, well, what do we want to do next? I don't know. I was really planning on having this done for the money. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. But science data from space around Minmus, I mean, we can do that immediately. We'll go ahead and grab that. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about getting our science to the levels we need. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.